Hey, yo, Robert. RG3. Hey. Come to the front of the room, dog. We got to have a talk right now. What's good, hooligans? It's your captain, Tornado McCray speaking. And man, I'm here with another ESPN replay reaction for y'all today. Hope y'all having a great day. And bro, we got to address something real quick. And the elephant in the room, this video is going to be more along the rant. And honestly, it's going to be more along the spiel of I have to get this out and say my piece. And I'm talking specifically to Robert Griffin III when I'm saying all of this. And this is coming as a guy who was a fan of his at one point in life. Truly. So yeah, this is wow. Like I'm just shocked and appalled from what I've been seeing over the last few months. But before we get into that, hooligans, if you're new, make sure to like, subscribe, and join the Hooligan Express today with your captain. And join here, bro, because we gonna have a good ass time over here, man. We got cookies in the back, CAPRI-SUNs on the side, and we're here for a good time. But we are gonna go ahead and get into it. And like I said, this is a rant. This is a rant. But not only is that a rant, this is calling out and holding somebody accountable. Because there's no way some of the stuff I'm seeing is what I'm believing. And Robert Griffin III, you have made numerous headlines over the course of this summer for a few things that have gone out. First and foremost, as the title suggests, I firmly believe, and I'm starting to honestly think, you just hate Angel Reese.
Huh?
I know you're probably looking at me like, what? What do you mean I hate it? You hate Angel Reese, dog. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it started way back in your video that was posted, I want to say a month ago. I want to say, how long ago was this video posted? Yeah, 1 month ago, you had this video posted talking about how you can see Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Oh, you just, like, you can see how Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And mind you, here's the video, so y'all don't think I'm tripping. We all remember this. We all remember this, man.
Statement. None of us would be so quick to run to judgment to say, oh, that was negative. We would question what it was. We would react differently nuclear. So after watching the play, I tweeted out, after watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate.
All right, Robert. You know what hate looks like. You can tell. You can tell what hate looks like. You got that take off. And you say you can tell what hate looks like. Which, by all accounts, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could look at somebody and just say, and just automatically be like, oh, dang, I know you hate somebody. Because, let's be truthful. That angle, she could have been looking at anybody down the line. She could have been thinking anything down the line. You don't know what that woman was thinking. You're just making an assumption. You are making a dumb assumption of this one photo. And you're like, oh, yeah, I know what hate looks like. She hates Caitlin Clark. She hates this, that, and the third. All right, Robert, come on now. If that was the case, I could say you hate the Shanahans. I could definitely say you hate the Shanahans based off your tweets between them and how your rookie year ended. And your torn ACL and that whole situation. Let's talk about it.
Message.
Let's talk about it, Robert. You don't know, and this was a horrible take. So then, in the aftermath, and what makes it worse, and I don't know how you're tone deaf to this, bro. I don't know how you're tone deaf to this. But optically, this is again, the same way the individual I'm about to bring up said, this is no disrespect to your wife. None whatsoever. No disrespect to your wife, your family, your kids, none of that. Optically, the way you started this video praising your wife, which you should, because that is your wife, your woman, everything, and this, that, and the third. But we know the beef between Caitlyn and Angel. We know the racial tension and racial implication that it's had over the last few years. Don't sit there and act tone deaf about that. Don't sit there and act like you don't know how this adds fuel to the fire. Because let's be honest and let's be real. There is a segment of Caitlyn Clark fans who are just flat out racist against Angel Reese. There's a segment of Angel Reese fans who are just flat out racist against Caitlyn Clark. So optically, you saying this and your wife being in the background looks like you're pandering to the white community. I don't care if that's what you were doing or what you weren't doing. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Following that up, when Ryan Clark came and told you, hey, bro, Angel's already getting enough flack as it is as a black woman, and it's tough in this world for them, which it is. It is hard for black women in this world. And if you don't like my stance on that and you just sitting there thinking I'm pandering for black women, get out. I don't care. You can unsubscribe now. I will always come to the defense of black women. My mama's black, my sister's black, my grandma's black, my auntie's black, my girl is black. Like, I love black women. I respect all women. I love women of all races, but I was raised by black women. I was raised by my father to love. He taught me to love black women and treat black women with respect. And black women get enough flack in this world, bro. They get enough hatred in this world. So you sitting there coming off tone deaf, and Ryan Clark just said, hey, bro, you're not having these conversations as in depth as you think you are because, one, your wife is white. No disrespect. She doesn't understand Angel's plight to that full extent. And if you're having this conversation with your mom and your sisters, that's different. But he was just saying you weren't having this conversation daily in your household. Your daughters are young, so they don't know, they haven't fully experienced that aspect of the world yet. And I pray they never do. But let's be honest here. But you came to the defense and said, oh, he talked crap about your wife and he brought his name up and he made it personal. My guy. If you didn't want your wife and your kids brought up into it, get them out the video. Get them out the video. You knew this was going to be a touchy subject. You knew it. And then not only that, when it comes back to Angel Reese, you egged on the racial implications because you sitting there saying, I know she hates her. You know the internet. You know the certain fan base that's just going to run with it like, oh, we got somebody who says Angel Reese. That just confirmation bias, Robert. You know that. They need one person in their echo chamber to sit there and be like, yeah, you know what? We're going to egg this on. Hey, it's official. Angel just hates her. It ain't on no... Robert, let's be real. That was a BS foul back then that Caitlyn took. That was flagrant because there was no intent on the ball. I can sit there and play basketball and give a hard foul without shoving somebody blatantly in the back. Let's be honest, bro. You can take a hard foul without being that blatant. It's easy pickings. So don't sit there and just cape for Caitlyn and be like, well, she did nothing wrong. She was sticking up for her teammate. Okay, let's go back through the early part of that game. What if Angel was doing that for her teammate and said, okay, if y'all can get away with that on Aaliyah, I'm getting mine down on the block too. Huh? Let's talk about it, Robert. If you want to automatically assume Caitlyn was sticking up for her teammate, let's go watch the whole game and see if Angel's doing the same thing. How do you not know that Caitlyn doesn't hate Angel? How is it you only know that Angel Reese hates Caitlyn? That doesn't make sense. And you're egging it along. And the reason why I keep saying you're egging it along is because of what just happened recently. Now we're getting into what happened today. I know that was a month ago. I should have been made that video. But a whole lot's happening. Now what's happened this past week? A tweet goes out on the new 2K reveals. And yes, the racist side of Twitter got a hold of it because because Angel Reese is the WNBA cover athlete for 2K26. And unfortunately, those POSs turned Angel into a monkey, which quite honestly irks the living hell out of me. That it just irks the living hell out of me. So, you, sir, decided to tweet about it. And let's see what your tweet was, Robert. Let's really talk about it. You said, all right, this has to stop. There's no place for racism in this world, whether you like a player or not. Angel Reese never should be called or depicted as a monkey. I have been quiet on Angel Reese's front because she shared a video that aided in my wife, kids, and family receiving death threats of physical harm to my family, friends, and threats of sexual violence to my children on social media and beyond. That will never be okay with we gonna dissect this in 2 seconds, y'all. That'll never be okay with me. I never attacked her or her family when I stated and backed up with clear evidence that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. It's sports. Everybody won't like each other. That doesn't mean she hates her, Robert. You have no evidence aside from basketball. You have no evidence about that. So, people in Angel's inner circle called me and told me I was right. And Angel has grown to hate Caitlin Clark because of the media always asking her about Caitlin and constantly being compared to her. Some people made it about race, but I never did and never will. Instead of becoming the villain in anyone's story, I just decided not. All that being said, Angel Reese or any black woman, man or woman should never be depicted or as a monkey ever. Stop it. If you hate Angel Reese because she's black, you are the problem. If you hate Angel Reese because you're a Caitlin Clark fan, don't turn it racial. There should be no space for racism in this world. And you proceeded to share this in your tweet. So, let's be real. One, she shared a video. The first thing you say after you're like, hey, yo, she shouldn't do this. Only reason I've been quiet is because she shared a video of my family that aided in my family and wife being threatened. Robert, that video was still on your social media. You posted that video. You kept that video up. You are part of the clip. Like, she didn't aid in nothing. You had your family in that video. You posted that. You said those statements. You helped insinuate the racist section of those fan bases. You can't be this tone deaf to think that Caitlin Clark doesn't have a fan base that's racist. The reason being because there is a section of her fan base that dipped on her because during the last election, she liked a Taylor Swift post that endorsed Kamala Harris. Caitlin didn't even say who she voted for. But because she liked a post of Taylor Swift posted about Kamala Harris, a whole section of her fan base said, oh, nah, she's one of them. She's woke, da-da-da-da. And said, oh, she's been corrupt. Like, so let's be real. We all know there's a section there. We all know that exists. And you sharing that video aided in it. She didn't aid in that. You did that. Don't sit there and piss me off. Stop playing victim like you didn't have any part in your own doing in what you say and what you did. Then not only that, you're like, oh, I have clear evidence that she hates. No, you don't, bro. You are in the same perspective that we all are as a fan of the game. I have seen Draymond Green and LeBron James go at it, be at each other's throats, ready to scrap. And those two are the best of friends. I have seen Steph Curry talking cash-ish to players, and he is cool with them. You want to talk about sports and in general, over the course of history, let's really get into it. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, cool as cucumbers, hated each other on the field. Not even hate. Talked so much cash on each other on the field. You would sit there and think, Tyrann Mathieu and Tom Brady talk cash-ish on the field, jaw-jacking. They don't hate each other, but you would think they would. You want to know why? Because that's the perspective of a fan. You don't know who hates who. You can't make that assumption. So shut up. Then, here's the third thing. You said you had people in Angel Reese's corner call you and tell you and confirm this. Who is it? You want to know why I'm asking that question? Because Angel Reese's mom and Angel Reese responded about this. Both of them. Angel Reese's response, lying on this app when everybody knows the first and last name of everybody in my circle is, for clout is nasty work. Angel Reese's mom, she responded, said, man, stop with the cap. My daughter's circle is so small and tight, so I'd be interested to know who called you. Whomever you say called you is not in her circle to speak on her feelings towards a media fandom made up beef. Just stay on that side because the doors are closed over here. Hey, Robert, who'd you call, bro? You got to air it out. You got to air it out. And you're sitting there saying that, oh, she aided in your sister, not your sister, your wife and your kids getting death threats. I'm trying to figure out where did she aid? What did she post? Where is it? Like, where did she say something about you that aided in your kids? Please, Robert, let me know. I'm looking. Like, hold up. Let me show y'all. I am looking. July. I'm going a month ago, June. Like, I want to know. Because all of this is like, bro. And let's just, again, it doesn't make sense. You're sitting here saying she aided in this when nothing is showcasing that. And I'll go back to the beginning of June because it's been a month ago. So June 20th. Because when did you post this video, Robert? Let's see. May 18th. So I got to go back 2 months. I'll do that for you. I will go back that far to see when Angel Reese posted something about you and your whole situation. So we're going to go back for a little minute just to clarify everything, Robert. Because obviously, something happened here. Because I don't know, man. Let's take a second. Let's take a look. May 18th, right? Let's see. All right, we at May 14th. 15th. 19th. First thing I see where she really posts something. Prayer for the day, God, I thank you for bringing me to the end of this week. I thank you for protection. Watch over your Holy Spirit. Please order the steps. My Lord, and I pray no weapon formed against me shall prosper. God has a plan day by day. The unveiling of her shoe. I'm looking, Robert. I'm trying to find it. What? She reposted a tweet from, let's see. She reposted a tweet from April around this time, around the beginning of June. Y'all be feeling too entitled, thinking y'all opinions matter about somebody else's life instead of minding your own business. I promise you in that life where you just live your own life and mind your own business. I promise. Sounds like that was at you, Robert. So again, you want to sit there and claim that she aided in you when that's not the case. But you know what you did? You aided in the racial content by actually sharing this photo. This has 8.9 million views, this tweet. And the racists got a hold of it and are going to run with it. So now even more racist people who don't like Angel Reese, who have not seen this tweet, are now getting it because of you. You aided in the racist content. I need that to be known. You aided in the racial tension being increased by sharing that photo. You could have made that tweet without making the photo, without posting that photo. You really could have. You want to play victim like everybody's against you. You are the, You are the very thing you say you're not, Robert. And you play victim like everybody else is at fault. You try to talk eloquent to things that you don't know. You try to speak from a place of expertise on things you have no expertise on. You're a human. And I would much rather you admit your flaws and admit and take some accountability of how you are playing a part in your own demise than sit there thinking, oh, everybody else is wrong. I'm in the right. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm saying is the truth. Because let's keep it a buck. Had you not had your wife in the background of your video when you talked about Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark, Ryan Clark may have never brought that up about you and how you don't really have much to speak on it. Not only that, you don't know the WNBA like that. You don't know basketball like that. So trying to speak eloquently to that sport and you're only a fan like me doesn't account for much. Then you're mad because apparently, I don't know where Angel, it may have been on IG, it may have been on another form of social media, but it wasn't on Twitter. I know that. She ain't sharing nothing on Twitter that says that she aided in your kids getting like those threats and your family getting those threats. And that's the only reason why you came out to defend her? But you're like, well, she did this to me. Like you didn't talk-ish and insinuate and ignite the flame for the racists to come after her for another reason. You are a black man who just gave racist white people another reason to hate Angel Reese by saying she hates their messiah, their GOAT, whatever they want to call Caitlin. And this has nothing to do with Caitlin. Caitlin's a great player. Angel's a great player. But we're talking about you, Robert. You gave them the foundation by saying Angel hates Caitlin just out of pure hate. So they ran with that. So the racist segment that hates Angel Reese was aided in particular because of you. The racists who are going to continue to call Angel Reese a monkey, unfortunately, just got the photo because of you sharing it. I know it was already on the internet, but you know what you could have done? Not aid in it by sharing it. You could have made your tweet and not shared it. So, Robert, I'm saying all this to say this, bro. I'm saying all that to say this. You, sir, talk about everybody else needs to be held accountable for their actions. You, sir, need to come out and apologize and hold yourself for your actions. You need to apologize to Ryan Clark for sitting there trying to call for that man to get fired when honestly, you set everything up for it to be taken out of context. You literally were tone deaf to understanding the nuance of how that could look and the optics of how it could look. You need to make an apology to Angel Reese because 1, you don't know her circle. 2, you don't want to air out the sources. 3, you don't know her like that. And you're making assumptions about a young black woman in this world. And you have 2 daughters. You make it so eloquently known that you have 2 black daughters. So guess what? How would you feel if another black man came and said, your daughters hated somebody and they don't know the first thing about her or even know anything about her personally. They don't know her. They don't know her from a can of paint. But they made these assumptions on a public platform saying, yeah, I know she hates so-and-so. You see how stupid that sounds? God. I told y'all this was going to be a rant. But at the end of the day, Robert Griffin III, I used to be a fan of yours, dog. I really did. Anybody can ask you, 2012, 2011, I was one of your biggest fans. When my hair was growing out, I wanted Two Strand Twist to be like you. But if this is who you become, if this is the person that you turn into, I don't want to be like you anymore, bro. So that's all I got to say. Listen, y'all, if y'all enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell at the bottom so you know it helps my algorithm and all the good things. Next, hey, we're on the road, 1,000 subs. I thank each and every one of you hooligans who have subscribed. And lastly, comment below and tell me your thoughts on how you feel about RG3, Angel Reese, and this whole situation. Because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with 2 tats. Peace, love to all of you. Take care. Later days.